So in this video, we're going to be covering domain and hosting. What is domain and what can we classify hosting to, right? Domain, like the name implies, domain, my domain. You must have heard of it or you might have used this word severally. It also means the same thing on website. So your domain is majorly what your environment, right? It could be your house, it could be where you stay or where you are doing your business, your domain, my domain. So when it comes to website, we have what takes us to our website. For instance, you have a house. If your website is a house, you must have an address that people can follow and locate your house. So the domain name now is what we direct people to your website. For instance, on the screen you can see skimmoney.com. If you search on skimmoney.com now, you'll be able to access Skimmoney on the web because this is a domain name. So the domain name gives you, it's just like a directory. It gives you access to a website without having to maybe type some jargons before accessing the website. So this is just like a unique name, right? It's just like a unique name that takes you to a website, right? And when we talk about hosting, hosting, it's just like the name hosting. That's where your website is actually hosted. Yeah. Hosting is majorly, these are platforms. There are different platforms actually out there that can host your website. So before you can place or position your website online, you need to have a hosting plan, right? Just like a land where you rent, because you're not the one that owns the web, you're not the one that owns the server. So you need to pay to have your website hosted on a server, hence the hosting plan. Now let's look into domain once again. According to Wikipedia, in the internet, domain name is a string that identifies a realm of administrative autonomy, authority, or control, right? So domain names are often used to identify services provided through the internet, of which to me that's actually too complex for somebody who is just starting, right? For me, I would say domain name is basically uh, uh, an address to a website, a unique name that helps people to identify your website. That's just what the domain name is to me, right? And if you want to access a website, you need to have that unique name or that address that people can use to access your website. And the hosting is where your website is going to be hosted online. There are different hosting platforms out there. We have the likes of Harmon Web. We have the likes of what's it called? Uh, Bluehost. We have Nottingere. We have what's this other one? Namecheap. We have Namecheap, and many of them. Right? We are going to be exploring some of them, or maybe one of them, so that we can see to how we can practically purchase a domain name and a hosting plan. They are not free. Domain name is not free. Hosting is not free. You need to pay them. You need to pay for them, and you'll be able to acquire them and add them to your directory so that when people click on them or type or search for any specified link, it takes them directly to your website. For instance, if you go to Google and you type something, it's possible that you can see people related names. How do you identify a particular website, a particular brand? But by the time you know their unique website, you'll be able to access their website directly. For instance, if you want to access key money and you don't know the spelling of the domain name, you find it very difficult to access key money, right? But then by the time we provide a unique domain name, you know that yes, this is the domain name for Ski Money. By the time you type it, you'll be able to access Ski Money website. And it takes you directly to the website without navigating or contemplating on which website it is. By the time you search and you see so many displayed results. But by the time we give you the domain name, the unique domain name, you'll be able to access it and you access the right website, right? So it is very possible to be identified uniquely on the web page. So domain name helps you to gain access to your website, helps people to gain access to your website. And one of the videos we are practicing with, or one of the website we are practicing with, you can see it has practice.smavilla.com. So this is the domain name for this website. So if you search this on the web, you are going to locate this empty website right now as I'm actually uh, making this video, right? So this is a very website we are practicing with. You can see it's as empty as anything, and we are definitely going to be touching one or two to make it look more appealing, more beautiful with content, because we define website as combination of different pages with different functionalities, right? And also we have content on website. So for a website to be a website, you need to have different pages. You need to have a domain name, right? An address that people can locate the website. The website needs to be hosted for it to be live, and it needs to have content on the website. A website without a content is just meaningless, right? So that's that about domain and hosting, right? On our next video, we are going to be covering uh, how to purchase domain and hosting, how to purchase domain name and hosting so that you can have it unique for your website and have your content hosted in form of pages and website content.